Level 1. Life before the question. At first, there is no pain. There isn't even dissatisfaction in any dramatic sense. There is only repetition. You wake up without clearly remembering when waking up like this became normal. Days pass without edges. They are not good. They are not bad. They are simply neutral. Life is lived in energy-saving mode. Minimal effort, minimal expectation, minimal friction. Time is filled with soft distractions. Games that leave no residue. Videos that evaporate minutes without demanding attention. Conversations that reset themselves as soon as they end. The body lying in bed becomes the safest place in the world. Not because it brings comfort, but because it asks nothing. Sleep is not rest. It is interruption. When someone asks about the future, something inside you freezes, not from anxiety, from absence. There is no calling, no sense of mission, not even a clear rebellion. Only the vague feeling that this is how things are supposed to be. People live, they work, they age, they disappear. You watch it all from a distance, like someone following a series that has gone on too long to abandon, yet never became meaningful enough to love. You are not sad, but you are not fully alive either. There is a soft emptiness, a gentle void, almost comfortable. You don't care about success. You don't care about idealized love. You don't care about legacy. You only want continuity, without noise, without effort, without disturbance. And somewhere deep inside you feel that this is enough. For now. Level 2. The first fracture. The fracture does not arrive as trauma. It arrives as curiosity. A recommended video. A sentence spoken too calmly to be entertainment. An idea that does not try to convince you. It only observes. Something shifts. You begin to notice that many of the beliefs you carried were never truly yours. They were inherited, absorbed, never examined. God, purpose, destiny, a higher meaning. None of them feel false. They feel fragile, excessively human. You start looking at the universe differently, not as creation, but as occurrence. A vast, ancient silence, indifferent, too old to notice you. Stars are born and die without witnesses. Galaxies collide without intention. And you? A temporary organism in an irrelevant location. This realization does not bring immediate panic. It brings emptiness. And then the question appears on its own. If none of this matters, why do anything at all? Dreams lose saturation. Goals feel arbitrary. Effort begins to sound like ritual without a god. Everything seems to move toward the same destination: dissolution. And for the first time, meaning looks like an invention, a story told to make the wait tolerable. Level 3. Conscious alienation. Here, the tone changes. You are no longer thinking about the void. You are inhabiting it. Your reading grows darker. Texts without redemption, stories without moral resolution. You recognize something in them that unsettles you. Not identification, recognition. Empathy weakens, not out of cruelty, but distance. Emotions are observed the way one observes weather. Interesting, predictable, not immersive. At some point, a forbidden thought emerges, a question you would never speak aloud. How deep is your attachment to the people you love? Really? The absence of an answer is more frightening than any answer could be. The body mirrors the internal state. Movements slow, eyes dull, presence thins. Others notice. They ask if you're okay. You say you're tired. And you are. Tired of performing reactions. Tired of emotionally participating in something that feels scripted. At night, alone, you observe your own consciousness operating. Thoughts appearing, emotions fading, and something disturbing becomes clear. Maybe no one knows what they're doing. Maybe everyone is just moving forward because stopping would require looking too closely. Level 4. Existential weight. Nihilism stops being abstract. It gains density. Life does not merely feel empty, it begins to feel excessive. Excessive obligations, excessive noise, excessive expectations that never asked for consent. There is a constant sensation of being dragged by schedules, by norms, by a world that demands participation without explanation. The question why becomes relentless and remains unanswered. The idea of total abandonment appears, not as cowardly escape, but as lucid refusal to renounce everything, culture, ambition, social roles, not to achieve peace, but to stop pretending. For a brief moment, this seems coherent, and then it hurts, because something still moves you. A song at the right moment, the sky changing color, someone laughing without performance. The problem is not that nothing matters. The problem is that something still does, and you can no longer justify it. That contradiction produces pain, a quiet pain, persistent, nameless. Level 5, the center of fear. Here, the illusion collapses. You see that beneath every human narrative lies a single impulse to avoid facing the end. Death stops being a distant concept. It becomes an invisible structure. Everything in society appears organized around it. Production, identity, belief, conflict, not as conscious conspiracy, but as deep mechanism. Meaning is constructed like walls, not to explain existence, but to keep the void out of sight. Ideologies offer belonging. Religions offer continuity. Systems offer distraction, and they work for a while. You realize the terror is not death itself. It is awareness of death. Living while knowing everything ends is a burden the mind cannot carry without anesthesia. This understanding does not bring relief. It brings sobriety, and sobriety is cold. Level 6, disenchanted acceptance. Gradually, resistance weakens, not because meaning was found, but because the demand for it fades. You stop asking the universe to justify itself, stop negotiating with emptiness. You accept that there is no higher plan, that nothing is watching, that nothing was made for you. Strangely, this creates space, without the obligation to become something, without the pressure to explain existence. The world loses some of its weight. Impermanence becomes familiar, not as threat, but as equalizer. Everything passes, everything. This awareness reduces attachment, and with it, fear. You choose values not because they are eternal, but because they make sense now. There is no transcendence, but there is honesty. Level 7, the silent laughter. At the final stage, something unexpected occurs. You laugh, not with mockery, but with clarity. The world reveals itself as an immense theater, roles performed with absolute seriousness, conflicts treated as final truths. And you see that there is no ultimate stage. Nothing is sacred. And this is not destruction, it is release. Human obsession with usefulness begins to feel strange, as if existence itself required justification. Maybe life was never meant to be optimized, or maximized, or conquered. Maybe it simply happens. You observe. You participate when you want. You withdraw when necessary, without guilt, without mission. Death is no longer an enemy. It is simply the natural closure of something that never promised permanence. You are not happy, but you are lucid. And within that lucidity, there is a strange peace, a peace without promises. The final silence is not redemption, it is just silence. And for the first time, it does not frighten you. When we speak of the 7 levels of nihilism, we are not describing a ladder, not a psychological test, not a hierarchy of enlightenment. These are different ways of inhabiting the same wound. Each level circles the same unresolved contradiction. Humans require meaning to live, yet exist in a world that offers none by default. These levels are not meant to be conquered. They are positions, lenses, relationships to the same fundamental problem. The real question is not which level is correct. The question is, how are you dealing with the contradiction right now? Do you flee from it, fight it, or slowly learn to inhabit it? This is not here to give you solid ground. It is here to show you where the ground ends. If this video stayed with you longer than you expected, if some part of it followed you after the screen went dark, then something important already happened. Content like this isn't made to entertain, it's made to resonate. To name things most people feel but rarely articulate. To sit with discomfort instead of escaping it. And the truth is, just by being here, by watching, by listening without rushing away, you're already supporting this work more than you might realize. Attention is rare, presence is rarer, and you gave both. That said, there's a quiet truth behind channels like this. Depth survives only when a small group chooses to sustain it. Not out of obligation, but out of recognition. Becoming a channel member isn't about perks alone. It's about belonging to a space where these ideas can go further. Longer reflections, more experimental content, less compromise with algorithms, more honesty with thought. You're not just unlocking content. You're helping protect a tone, a pace, a way of thinking that doesn't rush to please. And if, in a given moment, you feel that a video gave you clarity, company, or even discomfort that mattered, using super thanks is a simple way to say, this was worth sustaining. Not because you owe anything, you don't, but because supporting what speaks to you is one of the few ways these spaces continue to exist. Still, it matters to say this clearly and sincerely. If all you do is watch, reflect, maybe share with someone who needs it, that already helps more than you think. No pressure, no guilt, just an open invitation. If this channel has become a place you return to, consider standing a little closer to it. And either way, thank you for being here.